Want to make a trellis that doesn't look trashy and works really well? Check this one out. It's a good idea. The problem with a trellis is that they can get overgrown and look really trashy and fall over. So I built this one the best that I can build it. So here's what it is. Okay, the most important part of the trellis is this 8-foot T-post right here. So I get an 8-foot T-post and I hammer it into the ground so that it's about 6.5 feet tall. The next thing I do is I take some polyethylene rope right here and I tie it to the T-post, and I tie one of those tent stake knots so that it can be tensioned and it goes down into the ground with an anchor. So here's that tent stake rope. I think it's called a guy rope knot, and so it goes down to this anchor right here, which is in the ground. Now this is like a foot-long anchor and it takes a little bit of work to get it in the ground, but once it's in there it's not going out. Okay, so if you look at the trellis right here, the whole thing is tensioned with this tight metal line which goes from one end to the other. Let's look at, yeah, so this is just utility wire, I think, and so it holds the tension really well. The braided stuff I think is better than this, but I'm using the solid this year. So in order to keep this tight, I have this tensioning device on here, which allows me to incrementally adjust the tension. Okay, this netting right here, I got this from Amazon, and it's just called horticultural netting. And so the netting has this tag end on it, which allows you to wrap it around the tension wire and then just put some simple knot right there, and it makes it so that it doesn't sag, and it makes the whole thing look a whole lot better, really. Yeah, and so you can see all down the whole length, this 25-foot length, every single one of these is tied, and so it makes it strong, keeps it from sagging. All right, and on the other side I have this U-bolt right here, and that holds the tensioning wire, and then I put the guy wire right here, the guy rope for the tent knot, integrated with this, so that when the tension force is applied this way, I have this guy rope right here to resist that, so that it doesn't sag. So this year I'm growing these sugar snap peas. They look like they're gonna take off. I mean, these things will grow 5-6 feet tall. So in conclusion, this trellis uses some ground anchors, 2 of them, polyethylene rope, 2 8-foot long T-post, horticultural netting, which was about probably $12 off of Amazon, utility wire, which you can buy at the hardware store, and an electric fence tensioning device, and lastly a couple of U-bolt. So try out the trellis idea. It's not that expensive. A lot of it is reusable. The netting has to be purchased new every single year, but it doesn't look bad at all. It does what it's supposed to do, and I think that it's a very simple, straightforward way to make a really nice trellis.